Hello guys and welcome to Season 2, Part 1 of Saints and Sinners with me, QP. Don't adjust your sets, my head's not on upside down, and no, I'm not Dr. Robotnik from the Sonic video games from the 1990s, I'm QP. Thank you for watching. Today we have an absolute massive transfer window special. Southampton alone involved with £472 million worth of deals. I know, it's absolutely crazy. There's so many ins and outs, it's going to take up a whole video in itself. So let's have a crack on and we'll look at the outs. So here are the outgoing transfers, here are the loans, the ones that went out on loan on free. Just backup players really, Callum Slattery amongst others. There, Jake Hexworth's gone out again on loan. And as we scroll up, he'll start getting to the players that actually we get some money in return for. So Eggy, he joined us on a free transfer from Werder Bremen. He's not really going to figure for us this season. He only played one game last season for us. So he's gone out to Sheffield Wednesday on loan. He's played 2 matches so far for them. Sam Gallagher, who's on massive wages. We tried to shift him, but the wages just are too much for any teams in the Championship. So we're stuck with him for another season. He's gone on loan to Huddersfield. He's got 1 goal so far in the 2 games that he's played. One of the backup goalkeepers that we signed in January, he's gone on loan to Chelsea. He's probably not going to figure for them at all, but just shows him moaning here. Francisco's one for the future, definitely. I did want to play him, but because we signed some other players, he wouldn't really figure so much, so we've loaned him out to Burnley. Another of the backup goalkeepers, he's gone out on loan to Everton. He has played for them in the Europa League qualifying round so far. The poor lad, that bless him, that can't get a work permit, he's had to go out on loan again. His contract runs out at the end of the season. If I can renew it, I will, because we make money back on his loan fees. Josh Sims has gone out on loan to Genoa. He was at Reading and QPR last season. He didn't really figure. Well, he did figure, but he didn't get enough goals for me, so I thought, right, we'll loan him out. Batista's gone on loan to Alvarez. Hopefully he will bag some goals for them this season. He went out on loan to Burnley, didn't really figure a lot. I think played 7 games and didn't get a goal. Harrison Davis, don't really know who that is, but we've let him go on a free. Jordi Claessy, he's one that's not really going to figure. He's injury prone. He missed quite a bit last season on loan at Feyenoord with injuries. He's on big money. If it's 50k a week, he's gone to Palace. He got relegated for £3.5 million. Bedenak, he's not really going to play for us, so he's gone away as well. 4.9 million overall. Fraser Foster, again, another one that's on massive wages. He is never going to get a game for us. He's gone to Fulham, who got relegated as well for 5 million. Harrison Reed, he's gone to Pumas. That's after he turned down deals for Adidas and Nike, so he's playing out in Mexico. Sam McQueen, he was out on loan last season at Middlesbrough. He's gone to Leicester for 9.25 million, so nice big fee for him. Vestergaard, he was kicking off and screaming, moaning all during pre-season and most at the end of last season. Didn't really get much for him, 10 million to newly promoted Stoke, but it's better than nothing. Jack Stevens, he had to go due to he has a 20% pay rise in his contract and he's got 64 grand a week, which is insane for a backup player. So 11 million to Stuttgart for him. Romero is a player that I liked. I wanted to keep, but then I saw some other players and I was like, oh, I don't know what to do. In the end, I bought them, so Romero had to go. He's gone to Everton for 11.5 million. Cedric, he went because at the time we were struggling with wages. We were massively over with the players when they came back from loan. I think we were like 350k over wage budget when I was trying to buy anyone. It was just proving an absolute nightmare. Cedric was a big earner. I think it's on 65k a week, something like that. He's gone to Real Sociedad in Spain for 12 million. Højbjerg, he didn't have a great season for us last season. He struggled to fit into the team, so we sent him out for the second half of the season to Stuttgart. Sold him for Wolves for £15 million. And then Carello, absolute donkey. Although he I think got 9 goals last season out in Spain on loan. He's gone to Wolves for £15.5 million. I like Wolves because they seem to buy quite a few of my players. They bought Austin last year as well. And then I couldn't believe it when this offer come through for Matty Target. 22.5 million with the add-ons. He just has to play 5 league games to get that extra 5 million. Boufal, we did have higher bids come in, but he kept rejecting everyone, being a pain in the bum that he is. But we've got 17.5 million back from Burnley for him. Redmond's left for West Ham, 20.5 million. Pretty pleased with the amount we got for him. Elanusi, he didn't figure a great deal for us either, and he kept moaning and whinging again. He's one of those. So he's gone to Fiorentina, where he can join up with Armstrong. He went there last season. He's gone for £21 million. And Wesley Hout's gone to Cardiff, £28 million. Is a really big offer, and when I'm managing Saints, because I support them, we just kind of think we're a selling club, we would accept that, and I thought we could probably get somebody better for that 28 million, although we're only getting 75% of the transfer fees at that point in time. It has gone up to 90% now, although they literally did that one day before the transfer window ended. And then the last player that we sold, Mario Lemina, joined Leicester for £36 million. It was one that I ummed and ahed over for quite a while, and I just thought 36 million is such a big fee. It'd be crazy to turn it down. And then I thought that gives us a chance to bring in some good quality players to replace him with. But Lemina is the one player that we sold that I'm just like, oh, I don't know if I've done the right thing. Hopefully I have. So with the incomings, we'll start with Phil Foden. He's joined us on loan from Man City. We only have to pay 28k a week for him, so the wages aren't too bad. He'll be a backup to Pereira, and one of the other signings that we've got as well. You have to wait and see who he's going to be. Target had left, and then we were struggling for a backup left back. I'd put in offers for a few players. Everyone kept turning me down. Klasniak, we tried to get from Arsenal. We went to Sporting in Portugal, and I thought, I can't believe he chose them over us. So we ended up with this guy. God knows how you pronounce his name, from Paris Saint-Germain, but he's a pretty decent player, and really paying 31k a week wages for him, so it's not too bad. We got Batman on loan from Chelsea, only paying him £21,000 a week, and considering he's rated at £53 million, that seems an absolute steal. He had a decent season as well, out loan in Spain for Valencia, 13 goals from 27 appearances. More of the same with that, please, Batman. Then we brought in Dani Alves. He's one for the future. He's only 36 years of age. He's an absolute baby. We needed him because the right back that we actually signed and paid money for, who you'll see in a minute, he decided to get injured not too long ago, and he's going to miss about the 5 or 6 weeks at the start of the season. I thought, oh, blooming hell, because we've only got young Valerie otherwise at right back, so we needed a backup there. Signed Frankie on a freebie from Real Madrid. The scouts seem to like him, although once we signed him, the coaches and everyone else seems to think he's an absolute turd. Tried loaning him out, nobody wants him, so I think we might be stuck with him for a couple of years. Oh dear. Got this youngster from Barcelona on a free transfer as his contract had expired. He's rated £27 million, so really pleased to have picked him up. He's on decent wages, £82,000 a week. He got 4 goals and 17 appearances for Barcelona last season, and I hope he will get a lot more goals than that for me this season. Another free transfer, Kingsley Michael. He can't get a work permit at the moment, but hopefully he'll get one in the future because he looks a decent prospect. We sent him on loan to one of our affiliated clubs, so hopefully try and help him get that work permit and come back to us in a year or two. So here's Cedric's replacement, young Timothy, Belgian international. We picked him up for, I think it was £6.5 million from Marseille, who had only joined last season. Didn't figure a lot for them. Hopefully he'll figure more for us and improve, although from the training it's going down, but that is because he's injured. But fingers crossed, once he recovers, he'll start building up those stats again. Picked up Savage for £7 million from Atletico Madrid. For that price, an absolute bargain. He's rated at £19 million. He's 28 years old, bags of experience. I believe 20 games he played for Atletico last season. If you can play 20 games for Atletico, then you can't be bad, can you? So he'll definitely help steady the defence, as we've sold 3 centre-backs during the summer. So we brought the Dutch youngster Pierre in, 8.25 even, that we paid for him. He's one for the future. We got him after we'd already brought in the player on loan from Paris Saint-Germain, and we can't cancel the loan. I tried loaning this guy out. Nobody would take him, unfortunately, so this guy will be back up as he's our player rather than the player that we brought in on loan from Paris Saint-Germain. And we brought in the former wonder kid Janusai. He helps with the homegrown status of players as he was trained in England. We paid £12.75 million for him. We didn't have a great goal return last season, just 2 goals and 33 appearances. Hopefully his shooting will improve this season and bag a few more goals than that for us. If not, it'll be one that we look to get rid of in the future when Francisco, amongst the other young prospects that we have coming through, may potentially take his place. Got Donny van der Beek from Ajax, paid £16 million for him, and he got 2 goals for Ajax last season. Hopefully he can get some more for us this season, because we're definitely going to be needing some goals with Lamina going and the 9 goals that he brought in from us from midfield. But he definitely can fit into the first team straight away, and he can improve as well, which is always nice. We signed Michael Keane from Everton to fill in one of the centre-back positions that we needed. We needed 3. We've seen 2 now with Michael Keane. 19 million from Everton. Not a bad price. Unfortunately, it looks like he's going really downhill, so I don't know what's up with him, because he hasn't been injured. Fingers crossed. I've told him off this week about his training, so hopefully he'll pull his finger out of his arse and start improving again. We got Ollie from Celtic for 19.25 million. He got 7 goals from last season, which is a great return. Fingers crossed, more of the same for this season. Another one that can fit straight into the first team, and hopefully he can get some more goals for us. And he's rated 29 million already, so he looks a good signing as well. So we got Pellegrini from Roma for £27 million, matching his buyout clause. I managed Roma off camera and really enjoyed him as a player. I thought he was really good. He created lots of goals for me, and he scored quite a few goals as well. He only got 1 goal for Roma last season, so I'm hoping on a big improvement from that from me this season. He's rated £35 million. He's on big wages, 110k. Hopefully he'll be as good for me as he was for me when I managed Roma. Our second to last signing, it's young Felix the Cat. We got him from Benfica for 35.5 million. He only played 3 times for them last season. He'll be playing a lot more than that for me this season. He's one that could definitely get a lot better. Look, 4.5 star potential. He's only 2.5 star current ability, but I like him. He's going to play some games, and I think he's going to have a decent season. Well, at least I'm hoping he will. And our final signing is a World Cup winner, Benjamin Pavard. We bought him for 48.5 million from Stuttgart. He played 30 games for them last season, an average rating of 6.95. Hopefully he'll improve on that, and I'm sure he will. But he's got 4-star current ability, 4.5 potential ability. I'm sure that him and De Ligt will make a great centre-back pairing. And then also we've got Savage and Keane, so we've got 4 really good centre-backs this season. So we should be pretty strong defensively this season. Fingers crossed anyway. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you liked the video, then please do leave a like. It really helps, especially a young channel like mine. And subscribe to the channel if you're new. We'll be back tomorrow, where we'll be playing our first game in the Premier League season at home to Everton. Take care, guys, and I shall see you soon.